Hi, welcome to another jam session on Friday. So that's Jesus and me. And we're going to look at another story and a craft from the Bible. So today, our craft, we're going to make some things like this. Okay, nice and simple. And we want you to make several of them because you're going to make them as a game of skittles. All right, so first thing you need is a tube, so toilet roll, kitchen roll, or whatever. And then you need a piece of paper. And you could colour straight on there, but to make it easier to colour on, I'm going to use some paper. So I'm going to fold it in half to find the line and cut along the line. So about a half sheet of A4 paper is just about right. There we go. So what you need to do now, okay, so we're going to wrap that in a minute, but first we're going to do some colouring because we're making them as pillars, so they need to look a bit like maybe they're made out of brick or stone. So I've got some really boring colours today, some greys and some browns. Okay, I'm going to colour in my piece of paper. It can be fairly scribbly, doesn't have to be perfectly neat. If you look at stone and bricks, sometimes they're not all just one neat colour. Sometimes you get dark bits and light bits, grey bits and brown bits and black bits and all sorts. Okay, so because the piece of paper will be tucked into your pillar, you don't have to do all the way up to the top and to the bottom if you don't want to. All right, so there's my really scribbly. But now I want to make this look more like bricks, so I'm going to use a pen to draw some lines across. All right, and then I'm going to draw some lines down. And when you do the lines down, I'll do the top row first. Top row. And when you do the next one, you need to do them between the lines. Okay, so one and then come back again, and that gives you the effect of a brick or stone built. Okay, gonna get your toilet roll, put it in the middle, get some glue, put it on one end. Okay, so I just put the glue there so that when you put your roll in, you can stick it on. There we go, and that will stay in place. All right, and then we roll along, roll, and then I'm going to put some glue on this end. On that end, on that flap, and then that sticks down. And that should stay. Always put your lid on your glue, and then we're going to tuck these in. Okay, tuck in the top, a bit fiddly, in it goes. Try and make it flat. Tuck in the bottom. And there we go. Have a pillar. That's one pillar there. Two pillars there. And I've got a blank one that I could decorate later. And you can either stack them up or you could put them side by side in front. Now you need to make something to throw at your skittles. So I've got a piece of blank paper. Crunch it up. That was noisy, wasn't it? Okay. And there you've got a ball to throw. If it won't stay properly, what you could do is you could put some tape round it, all right, and that can throw at your pillow and knock down your skittles. So, pillars. What have they got to do with some of the stories we've been looking at? So we've looked at God's good gifts, and we looked at peace. Remember, we made doves and joy and light and love and wisdom we did last week. And today we're doing strength, and we're looking at the story of a man called Samson. Samson was one of the judges who ruled Israel for a while. An angel appeared to the wife of Manoah and promised her a baby son. He would save God's people from the Philistine, and he would be very strong as long as he never had his hair cut. And this would show his dedication to God and keep him strong. When the baby was born, they named him Samson, and he was very strong, and he grew up and he did all sorts of amazing things. When he was grown up, he did some powerful things for God, and he fought lots of battles and beat lots and lots of soldiers all on his own. Then he fell in love with a woman named Delilah. But Delilah was actually working for God's enemies, the Philistines, and she wanted to find out the secret of Samson's amazing strength. So she asked and she nagged and she tried to trick him into telling her his secret. She told him that it was obvious he didn't love her enough or trust her enough because he wouldn't say. So in the end, Samson gave in, told her about the secret of his hair, that he must never have it cut or he'd lose all his strength. That night while he was asleep, Delilah cut and shaved Samson's head till all his hair was gone. Then she called in some Philistine soldiers, and Samson tried to fight, but he was too weak. He wasn't strong anymore. The Philistines kept Samson captive for ages, but whilst he was captive in prison, his hair started to grow back. When Samson was brought out into their temple with its beautiful pillars, and he was shown off to all the Philistines how strong and wonderful they thought they were, but he prayed to God and he said sorry to God for telling the secret to someone who wasn't trustworthy. God gave Samson his strength back. Samson managed to destroy the temple by pushing over the pillars. But he couldn't escape in time. He died in the temple, but he had come back to God in the end. Now that strength, that physical strength that Samson had, is strength that we can have as well, maybe more in our hearts, to help us through tough times. So if you're finding times tough and you're just not sure how you're going to get through, remember that you can ask God for his strength and he will give it to you and he will help you through. So that is our lesson, our story and our craft for today. So maybe you can go and make some Skittles pillars, and you can pretend the ball is Samson and his strength. Maybe you could put some wool on it like his long hair. You can throw it at the pillars and knock them down and remember God's strength. I hope you enjoy yourself with the story and with the craft. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.